Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you for taking the time out to attend our session. I'm sure this is as strange as it is for you as it is for me, talking into my computer to a lot of people. Hopefully you're having a great ISBOR week. And I'm here today to talk about what school business services are doing in terms of helping schools and trusts and helping.
Mark,
Yeah, sorry.
sorry to interrupt. Can you just sit back where you were? We can't see your face.
Right, sorry.
There we go. Lovely.
Okay. So I'm here to talk about the approach that we have for schools and academy trusts. And we've defined this as money, vision and people, which will lead towards, we hope, operational excellence across your multi-academy trust. About me, I've been in education since 2003. We started School Business Services in 2007. I started it with Tina Brown. Hopefully some of you out there know us. We love what we do. We really enjoy working with schools and the sector. And in terms of our relevance, we feel it's really never been more important for us to do what we're doing and provide you with value for money and services and keep on innovating. As we all know, education is constant change. And what I'm trying to do today is hopefully in the short time that I've got, is to give you a bit more information about how we think we can help you with the struggles and your pain points and everything that's being thrown at you. And we've narrowed this down into three key areas, and we call it money, vision and people. And I've only got time today to talk about the money section of that, the finance section, but you know, in time, hopefully we can talk about other things with you, whether you want to contact us, etc. But we think that these three things are the fundamental points for any good business in terms of our own business and your businesses, your school businesses. So we bring these together. We call it, we think that it's a constantly evolving thing, but we like to think that you need to start with your vision. We need to help you. You need to help us understand what the vision is. And we ask basic questions around this, and it's not meaning to try and, it's a constructive challenge really, the visioning, to ensure that we're all on the same paths to success, education success. What do you want to be? How do you want to get there? Don't let your systems drive your vision, which I'm hearing an awful lot of lately. In my world, in the professional services software kind of education world, there's a massive amount of change going on, with people telling me that systems and software are going to drive change. Well, for me, it's all about the people and how we put these together, and having a vision of what you want to be as a trust and your business plan is absolutely fundamental. The people side of every kind of business on the planet is the most important part for us, the most valuable resources, and how we harness the people, how we motivate them, how we build the dream and the vision, and getting everyone on the same page towards educational success. We find that these kind of workshops are really interesting and rewarding and productive, and it's one of the first things that we do in terms of understanding, okay, who have we got on board, how can we utilize their skills, and how can we build them into our team and our vision. And what we're focusing on today, and as I say, in the short time I've got, is how we can help with the money side. It's the finances. The most important part of the finance side is understanding where you are, what your position is, how you're going to build towards your vision. Have you got the finances in place? Have you got the systems in place? Have you got the people? Okay, this is based around good financial planning, and that's what SBS specialise in. I'm not going to read all the words on the slides because you'll be getting a copy of these, so I'm just going to briefly talk through all of these. But we know the pressures that you are all under, and what I'm trying to say today is I think we've got some solutions, or our flagship solution in terms of a managed service for finance that will pay for itself and allow you to have time back by us taking the strain. So the flagship solution is the finance managed service. Everyone's talking about how we can provide value-added services. Well, we believe this is truly a value-added service. ICT managed services have been around for forever. but finance managed services and indeed MIS managed services are not prevalent like ICT. SBS have developed this with schools and trusts. A lot of the thinking, 99% of the thinking around this comes from schools, CFOs, CEOs, and we've created the service based upon listening to what you've told us. It's really around giving you time back by us taking the strain on day-to-day processes. And when we talk about building towards operational excellence, how can you do that if you're doing a million things? You can't do everything. And why should you have to do everything? When companies like us exist to provide services for you, your jobs, your importance is around the educational well-being and the healthiness of the trust and the schools that you work in. We just provide a small part of that, and this is a real key part of it, the finance managed service. So this has been in trial for 2 years now. We've been working with lots of trusts, and they've, as I say, they've helped us define this and get and perfect it. So it's not new in terms of our thinking. It's just we've not released this on the market because we wanted to get it right. And it works for federations. It can work for local authorities, schools. But it's really aimed at multi-academy trusts, and it takes a huge part of the strain away from your day-to-day workload. The emphasis being on control and strategy remains within the trust. This is taking the processing side of things away, what you choose to give to us to manage, and then we help if you need it. That we help you with the strategy, and the control obviously remains with you yourselves. So with our MIS and our finance teams, we've developed, okay, what does a managed service look like? What do we take from you guys? What do you need us to do? And it's really these key things here, and they are all presented to you, and you can pick and choose what you would like us to do, and then we work out a price. So the latest from our pilot, the schools are telling us, is we're seeing huge cost efficiencies in many areas across this. One of the unseen and unheralded benefits of having us managing your suppliers and paying your suppliers, for example, is an improved cash flow. And Lara, who runs the team, told me that it was really interesting when we started paying suppliers that used to get paid on the same day. They might not be happy about it, but the school's cash flow improved because we were paying them via the terms and conditions. Those simple things we didn't realise until the feedback from the pilot. We were discussing it, and it was interesting. Loads of other things came about. The redeployment of key people into other areas, becoming operations managers, looking after premises, looking after funding streams. Having time to do that is really what we're trying to prove here. So when I say the service will pay for itself, it's up to us to partner and work out what you want to do with the resources that you free up and the time that you free up. And as I say, the service is never off sick. So there's been a lot of talk about restructure. This is not about restructure. This is redeployment. And I've put a comment in there that you're much more better positioned to tell us about what having more time will do for you. We've put some ideas down, and the feedback we got from the trust that we have with this service it just gives you time to do more important things. Senior people paying invoices and suppliers and stuff like that, CFOs, it shouldn't be happening, and we can help with that. So how does you shopping list, and then you can choose these and we work out a price. Oh, I believe I've got a bit of a bad internet. Hopefully you can all hear me still. The setup is really straightforward. We agree a chart of accounts. This is all online, obviously. The pandemic has proven even more how important this is to have to keep things ticking over via our services. I can answer many more questions about this after, obviously, but I've got a few examples about the actual cost savings. And there's a 9-school trust that takes this service, and we're working on a case study for that at the moment. and the savings are phenomenal. These are a couple of examples that are really quite easy to illustrate and talk about. But this example, 1,423 pupils across 4 schools. They wanted us to do this. And this is what it cost them for a year. Now, 47,000 to do all this across 4 schools might seem quite a big number, but I'm sure you'll all realise that in context, it's a cost saving. It's a cost saving, and the redeployment that this trust have allows them to do important things. And then they upgraded this to include other services like income processing, staff expenses, and then we upped the price, obviously, but again, the cost savings were still evidence. We have many graphs, we have many examples of these to show you. Unfortunately, I've only got 15 minutes today, and I believe I'm nearly running out of time. So I'd like to just ask if there's any questions around this, please. So I will stop sharing my screen. I'll unmute everyone. I think I can do that.
Hi, Mark. There's no questions in the chat so far. Did anybody have anything they wanted to ask?
Yes, I would like to, please. Amanda Kay from Aston University Engineering Academy. We're in the process of moving into a trust. Interested, Mark, whether you ever take on personnel from existing schools?
Yes, we do. In terms of TUPE?
Yes.
Yes, we've done that. It's all part of the planning that we like to go through in terms of due diligence. So we've done that before.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay. Any other questions, guys?
Yes. Where do you operate geographically? I know you're looking at nationwide, but what does that mean?
We're all over England, basically. We'd like to get into Wales, Ireland and Scotland, but the business has not taken us there yet. So predominantly England. We've got offices. Okay. We're part of supporting education groups. We've got 15 offices now up and down the country. So basically everywhere from Newcastle to Cornwall.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, I can be reached at any of these, the email addresses, or you can email me at hello@schoolbusinessservices.co.uk. Be delighted to talk to any of you around any challenges or any questions. I really enjoy talking about this sort of stuff. So even if you wanted to chat and we can share some experiences, happy to do so, more than happy. Hopefully this has been interesting, slightly different to the norm. I'm hoping it's slightly different to the norm because we believe we're probably the only company doing this at the moment.
Mark, we've got a question from Steve. He's saying, we are interested in joining 2 MATs, so would make 6 schools. Do you also complete DFE returns, etc.?
Yes, we do all of that. Absolutely. We've got a compliance service that we can talk about. So, and that changes as quickly as the DFE issue schools with new things to do. So it's a mandatory compliance service that we offer, and that covers everything from HR to finance to MIS, school census returns we can do. So yes, Steve, we can offer that. If you just want to drop me a line, I can give you more details about that.
Okay, almost out of time. Michelle, great. Look forward to talking to you on Friday. Michelle, no, you don't have to use a specific finance system at all. Get in touch with us. We'll have a chat and talk through what that looks like.
Thank you all very much indeed for your time. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.